Welcome back to the shop. Today we got two quick game-changing upgrades that we're going to do. I'm Brian DeLuca and this is Make Or Build It. First up, we got the DUSAW Smart Lock, which is going to make the shop more secure and more convenient. Then I'm tackling organization with the DEWENWILS 50-foot retractable cord reel. Two quick upgrades with big impacts to my Makerspace. And if you're interested in upgrading your Makerspace, it may be a great time for you to follow. Now let's get going. Now, I am super excited to install this cord reel just because my lights where we film, there's cables running everywhere. This is going to allow us to actually retract the cables and not having them lie across the floor while we're filming. And the smart lock is going to be really great because it comes with key fobs and cards that let me give access to various people. So this is a pretty heavy reel, and it's meant to mount into either like a concrete wall or a stud. I don't know if our workbench is going to be able to handle it. Plus, the plate is a little wide for the leg brace here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this stud to, let's get you a good view of this. I'm going to mount this stud to the table itself. Then I'm going to attach this leg brace, the brace to the table, and then mount this on. It should work. I'm going to make it somewhat temporary because I'm not exactly sure if I want it to be here. The thing I do know is I do want this reel to be part of the workbench itself. So let's get this all assembled together and see how it comes out. The DEWENWILS 50-foot retractable cord reel packs 1,625 watts of power into 3 grounded outlets and a built-in light. Features an automatic retractable SJTOW rated cord that's oil, water, UV, and acid resistant. Includes a 13 amp circuit breaker for safety and offers flexible mounting with a 180-degree swivel bracket, making it a tough, convenient, and clutter-free solution for any shop or garage. I'm not 100% sure this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to see how this works out. So we're just going to use some zip ties to attach this. Some of the biggest zip ties I've ever owned, 24 inches, to attach this in a few places. And let's see how this works for a few days, and then we'll permanently affix it. Overall, this reel is about convenience, power when and where you need it, and no spaghetti piled cord when you're done. There we go. And here we go. It's nice and tucked out of the way. And when we need this cable to come out, we could just pull it from its housing to where we need it. We can now plug our lights directly into it versus having all these cables on the floor. And when we're done with it, just a quick pull and everything goes back in, and we're able to tuck our cord that actually tells us it's powered right here on the workbench. So everything's completely out of the way. Now let's install the smart lock. Let's see what comes in the box with this DUSAW Smart Lock. Okay, we got our template if we have to install it on a brand new door. And remember, we already got our fobs and our cards. Here's the lock. Okay, this is the back side of the lock. And here's the entry side. It's really nicely wrapped. Here we go. Look at that. How nice looking is that? It's a nice looking lock. It's really sleek. Wow. Okay. We have our plate. That's going to go behind the lock. We have the keys. Okay, and here's the rest of our components, our bolt, all our hardware, our screws and bolts. And the other piece for the door. So depending on what type of door you're installing it on. So let's get this door lock installed. We're installing it on a door that already has a lock, so we're just going to get that removed and get this added on. So this should go pretty quick, actually. This has a pretty unique design into where the battery is placed. This is the inside of the door, right? So if you just pop this panel off, there's where your batteries go. So we've removed the lock from the door, and the next thing we need to do is figure out what our door thickness is, because this came with 3 sets of hardware for door thickness. So let's measure our door. So the door is under 1.5 inches, and yes, I used my calculator to figure out what the millimeters were to convert. So we actually need the smallest thickness, which is this set of hardware. Now let's get this lock installed, and all we really need to install this lock is a screwdriver. The DUSAW Smart Lock combines sleek design, enterprise-level security, and remote management with features like scheduled and one-time access, admin override, audit trails, and open API integration, making it the perfect solution for shops, homes, and facilities alike. For me, it isn't just about locking the door, it's about having full control, flexibility, and the ability to respond instantly if something changes. I realized I had my plate backwards and it needs to go this way. So let's reattach this. That's what makes the DUSAW Smart Lock such a solid upgrade. Now we're going to put this really cool backplate on. I love this design. I have other smart locks, and I really like the way this design is for the batteries. Look at that, popped right in. There is our... Okay, so the door is locked. How cool is that lock? Now we're going to try our card. That's it for today's shop upgrade. Simple installs that make a big difference. The DUSAW Smart Lock makes the shop secure while making access super easy. While the DEWENWILS cord reel makes everything neat, tidy, and ready to go. If you found these shop upgrades useful, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. For more on 3D printing, DIY, and maker projects, make sure you like and follow Maker Build It, and remember, keep on making.